Hi everybody, Gravelpit. Let's talk about it. First one of the maps in this whole little video series, sequence, whatever you want to call it, that is not symmetric, so I'm going to have a lot of stuff to talk about. So this one might be usually long, I don't know, I'm recording this live as I do it. Right then, let's just get into it. So we have Blue Spawn. Blue Spawn, this is the whole staging area, the whole Blue Spawn area. Red team can't really come in through here, but they can definitely shoot in. I'll go with A, since most teams usually do that. We have the hallways coming from the A door, the blue A door, which is what we're looking at right now. We have the B to A connector. We're in the A area right now. This is all A, and this is the B connector, right? This is the C to A connector. We have the A point itself. We have the shack in front of, or the shed in front of the A point, but this is hardly ever necessary to be called out. We have the health pack underneath the A point. That's really important to know that location as well. We have the ammo pack in front of the A point. That's pretty much the only ammo pack in this whole area, if I recall correctly. I'm pretty sure about that, actually. But, actually, I was wrong. Look at that. Excuse me, the second one. Anyway, let's see. Now that we've talked about A, there's nothing really else to talk about. There's the left shed and the right shed and whatnot, but this whole area isn't really contested very much. So let's just go over to B, through the BA connector. Fast forward. We have the same thing right here. We have the hallways coming from the blue B door, which is what we're looking at right now. Moving on. We have the shed. This is the A to B connector. B to A, A to B, whatever, same thing. The equivalence relation is symmetric, to use a math term. We have the rocks at B. This is right here, by the way, to distinguish between these two doorways right here, we have the short blue tunnel, and we have the long blue tunnel. Snipers usually coming through here, but I'm not talking about strategy. Save that for another sequence. Like I said, these are the rocks, because when you're playing as a sniper, they can be pretty annoying, but once again, not talking about strategy, you gotta stop doing that. This is the B house. This is the B point itself. This is the B ramp door. You can call it the ramp side. We have the not so much of a ramp side. This is the health bottle side of the building. We have the shadow side of the B building. We have the light side of the B building. Shadow, light, shadow, light. We have the roof. We have the little windows in the roof. We have, what else is there to mention? This is obviously the left ramp going to the C to B connector, left door, the left C to B connector, and then we have the right C to B connector, which is what we're looking at right now. Now this is the whole C area, but I'm going to go back right quickly to check the B thing. I'm pretty sure I covered everything, just looking through it the last second to make sure. I've got the wooden planks in front of B, but that's not really a big deal to talk about. So yes, that's everything. Right then. We just came, right here is the, as I said earlier, the C to B left connector coming from the offensive perspective, and if you're in the defensive perspective, it is the right. It's pretty obvious. Anyway, this is the C tower. This is the bridge to the C point. These are both of the ramps. You don't really ever distinguish between floors. It'd be really cool if we could, but I guess people just don't like to think that hard, because in Europe they call the ground floor is the first floor in America. I don't know. Anyway, this is the A to C connector. When you're defending this area, there's a lot of doors you have to look at. So the way you distinguish between them is you distinguish between the back left, the front left, the center, the right, and the lower right, which is this little door right here. Now that we have the red spawn, the right door, from the defensive perspective, we have the red spawn right here, we have the right door, and we have the left door. We have the ramp coming up here. Sentries usually go about here, but this is not, once again, about strategy. We have the shed in front of the C tower. This is the A to C connector in the right tunnel, aka the short tunnel, just like we did back there in the B point. This is the short A to C connector, and right over here is the long A to C connector. As you can tell, it's long because it takes a while to walk through it. And I believe that that's everything worth talking about. We have the top floor of the C tower, which is pretty obvious. Yes, I believe this is done. So, okay, moving on. You're welcome.